This is a presentation of the School of Criminal Justice and Law Enforcement at California Southern University.
So the first thing I'd like to do is call Anissa up to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Did I say it right? And everybody can stand, face the American flag.
With your right hand over your heart, ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, brief introductions for some of our guests, but I should have had you remain standing. Before we go into our program, I'd like for everybody to stand once again, please. And a moment of silence for Officer Haynes from San Bernardino Police Department. Thank you. Okay, first introductions. I would like to introduce the founder of Cal Southern University, Dr. Donald Heck. The president of California Southern University, the person I call the city manager at Cal Southern, Dr. Carol Ryan. And the Dean of the School of Business, Criminal Justice comes under the School of Business, Dr. Greg Herbert. And the Chief Operations Officer, Dr. Carol Stanton. And I would like for all the Cal Southern support staff, all the Cal Southern individuals who helped at this event and work there to please stand, everybody else. Tom, Ron, and Bob are out there. Jeff, do I have any UCI administrators? Oh, Fred, are you there? Okay, stand up. Fred Lipscomb from UCI has done a lot of and I think there's a council member somewhere in the ranks there with a red tie on. That's a former mayor, now city councilman, former lieutenant, Al Murray. Do I have any other city elected or appointed officials in the audience? You guys know how that works, right? Okay, the first thing I'd like to do is I'm going to go ahead and introduce the panel. I think, Jeff, some of the other issues I'll cover in a minute, but I think I want to introduce the panel first. First on my right is the Chief of the Anaheim Police Department, Chief Raul Quesada. They changed the order of me, so good thing I know who they are. The next chief is Chief Carlos Rojas from Santa Ana. Assistant Chief Don Barnes from Orange County Sheriff's Department. Chief Jacqueline Seabrooks from Santa Monica. And the just decorated Chief Mike Hamill from the Irvine Police Department. Mike, so great to see you. I believe, Mike, this is your first event.
It's my first event, yeah. It's where it was yesterday, so.
Give him a hand for getting sworn in. Next we have Chief Charlie Solano from the city of Tustin. Chief David Bejarano from Chula Vista. Chief Bejarano is the president of the California Police Chiefs Association and has done a great job doing that. Has traveled all over the world and all over the United States. We were fortunate enough, a lot of the personnel up here, to hear the President of the United States during our recent IACP visit. So, and I'm going to leave that alone and just move on. Next is Chief Mark Yokoyama from Alhambra. Mark is a recent past president of the California Peace Officers Association, one of the largest peace officer associations in the United States. Thank you, Mark. And UCI's own George Cisneros. I have a short preamble that I'd like to read so that some of you can get an idea of how important this is and what we're doing. I've talked about the purpose. The purpose is to make sure we talk about organizational strategies, contemporary policing issues. George, would you come up and assist me with
Okay, it is important for our local community members to know and understand the genuine concern law enforcement has for their protection and safety. This philosophy of caring is extended to every segment of our communities. California policing has always been on the cutting edge and sets the pace for future public safety.
And policing has now entered a new era. There's a paradigm shift in policing. In this 21st century, this forum shows that we must prioritize the reformations that we're all going to talk about today. We do lead the way, and we understand that. Bringing together law enforcement officials from various agencies and levels is the purpose of increasing the delivery of police services to California communities. We in law enforcement take the national issue seriously. That's why you have all these chiefs up here from different areas. The concerns that were raised nationally were raised by the President of the United States, who formed a task force. In his task force, the mission was to strengthen community policing and trust among law enforcement officers and the communities that they serve.
As California law enforcement officials, we all honor and serve all Californians with dignity and respect. We hold ourselves and our organizations accountable for any misuse of power by police officials.
We recognize the importance and understand cultural conflict resolution in today's policing environment. We will continue to provide excellent service to our communities. Where the need arises, we will prioritize and address the institutional concerns that are faced by our nation. Briefly, the reason we have 3 panels. The police chiefs and the sheriffs are the final decision maker in their agencies. They bear the ultimate responsibility. This includes civil vicarious liability. They are daily concerns in the life of the chief executive. Chief executives have to balance the media, the community, the city or county, the government officials, special interest groups, internal department concerns, from final discipline to labor relations. Chief's job is not an easy one, and a lot of people don't understand how difficult it is because of these different balls that you're throwing up in the air. You have to balance them all. One of the most important aspects for chiefs is having a collaborative team in their organization. We have assembled some of those key team members today. Ergo, the reason for command staff and for line level officers to provide information. And also, this is going to be kind of a training for many of you that are here, and I really welcome all the agencies as I look out and see your patches. Where's Gina at? Well, most of your patches I recognize. Gina, stand up, please. Gina is LAPD, and I'm really proud that she came here at last minute, and she's been such a supporter of all the things that I know we're doing at Cal Southern, so please give her a hand. The chiefs understand the job cannot be done alone. It is a shared responsibility, and that is the mission to provide the team environment so that they can accomplish the mission for the city and for the police department. I also would like to make a note that it is real critically important for the non-sworn members who are just as important to all police agencies. The non-sworn includes admin support personnel, service technicians, dispatchers, cadets, jailer, and explorer scouts. They're just as important in our organizations as the sworn people, and I want to make sure I said that. Command staff officers, that's middle management. Command staff is a very important role because it's the go-between between the officers line level and the chief executives. The key individuals key individuals. They're the disseminators of organizational information. So it must be precise, timely, and concise for that information. And they talk to the majority of the organization. Line level officers. So we've hit the chiefs, command staff, now the line level. These are the men and women who perform the heavy lifting in law enforcement. This level of policing is a foundation and most important group, in my estimate, in law enforcement. These are the patrol officers, the detectives, and the special enforcement teams. These are the officers that make daily contact with the public and provide the command staff and chief executives with critical operational information, which leads to accomplishing the department's mission. And I have to really tip my hat. We all know that we wouldn't be doing what we're doing if it wasn't for the line level and the officers that are out beating that beat every day. And we all remember that. And I like to say that every one of us remember when we graduated from the academy. And when at what time, so we have never forgotten where we came from. Each panel member is going to have 2 minutes. So this in and of itself is a challenge to have police chiefs all have 2 minutes to answer a question. We will see how that works. Command staff, stay tuned. All three panels will be asked the same question. We'll have Q&A at the end of all three panels because I want you to get the information of the different 3 levels because I think that's important. But you'll be allowed to ask questions at the very end. Again, it looks like today this is going to be a good deal. We're going to have good training for them. And once again, I thank all the chiefs for coming here from the different locations they've come to.
This has been a presentation of the School of Criminal Justice and Law Enforcement at California Southern University.